Hey guys, welcome to jasonverdelli.com. And of course, today is my first internet marketing tip of the day. See how excited I am. And I want to share with you a lot of tips here on jasonverdelli.com and essentially how to use the internet to make more money, period. And not necessarily how to make more money online. Of course, that's going to be a big part of it, but also how to make money in general, how to leverage the web in our offline relationships. How do we really make these connections? My main goal is to help you make more money. So if you're interested in making more money, not just using the internet but offline as well, again, that's why I tie in business development here. Is come back. I'm going to be having a video tip every single day just to give you some sort of tip, give you some sort of value that you can take with you. That's my main goal. I want to make sure that if I can help you out, increase your bottom line with something every single day, that fulfills my mission essentially. A little bit about myself, of course. This is the first one, so I promise I won't do this every single time. But I've been an entrepreneur for about 6 years and running a company called Phase 2 Solutions Internet Marketing out of Hershey, PA. And for those of you who don't know Hershey, of course, you got Hershey chocolate and everything. But I've essentially been a struggling entrepreneur for 6 years. Ever since I started, I've had successes. I've had a bunch of failures. I've probably failed. I mean, I don't. I can't even count how many times I've failed. I'm probably like a lot of most entrepreneurs out there that are struggling, that are trying to figure out, okay, how do we use all this stuff? How do we figure out how to use the social web and all this sort of stuff to help our business? And this seems like it's going to take forever. I've had a lot of the same questions pop up over the years. I've had, like I said, in the failures of trying to start up my own social networks and do all this sort of stuff. I've learned a lot of different things, and now I can finally start applying and not only just implementing through certain things that I do, but also to help you out there in your in your everyday life. So again, my main goal is just to help you make sure you don't make the same mistakes that I did in doing that. So again, I want to talk on a level playing field as far as entrepreneur to entrepreneur. Again, if you're out there and say you're just looking to get better on the internet, that I want to talk to you from that standpoint too. I didn't necessarily, graduate college thinking I was going to be an internet marketing guru. I essentially thought I was going to go into the corporate world and make some money, maybe do some sales because that's what I was good at, and everything else. But something led to me where I am today, and I absolutely love helping people make money. So that's why I'm here. So anyway, my first tip today is going to be it's going to be based around the article I wrote here in the site, which is why blog for business, and essentially, why do that? Well, how does that help us make more money? And you'll see this in a lot of the tips. I mean, how is that actually going to help us make more money? You look at blogging. Essentially, what a blog really is a place where we can share our thoughts, feelings, knowledge, and provide value in doing that. So if we're sharing our thoughts, sharing our feelings, it can provide value to the reader, or the reader's not going to come back. And these readers can be your potential clients. It could be connections that you have on, say, Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn that you drive back over to your blog. But why blog for business? Essentially, trust. Think about it this way: trust is This is what we're all striving for. Trust is the point. Trust is really what keeps you from that contract being signed tomorrow versus that contract being signed a month from now. It really comes down to it. People can, understand that you know what you're talking about. You can have all the credentials in the world and be involved in this organization, that organization, have plaques all over the place, but it doesn't mean crap, really, unless you actually know how to build trust. Because that's a key thing. Because essentially, people want to know that how is this person going to apply what they do into my situation? How are they going to help me? I don't really care what you did for other people. Of course, the track record is always good, but how can you help me? That's essentially what people are asking. So how can you help them? How can you provide value? Well, a blog gives you that environment to do that. Simply just writing an article on your blog, say with WordPress or blogger.com or some of these, you can provide a ton of value by just understanding what people are saying or what people are asking about. And write articles that is a hot topic, say, in your industry. And if you're not sure what that is, there's tools out there such as backtype.com or going to search.twitter.com to figure out what people are searching on, what people are talking about. There's a lot of other tools out there to find out exactly what people are talking about. And if you can tailor your articles or tailor some sort of information around that, then you can join these groups, join those discussion groups, and have them come back over to your blog again, or have your own clients. Say if you have a client that you've been working on, you've been working on this contract maybe for like 3 months, and it's getting to the point where it's like, okay, we're getting ready to close now, and you need to take that next step. Well, why don't you write a blog post about something that deals with their situation, something that's going to help solve their situation, not necessarily directly using them as an example, but and writing about it. Granted, that may not apply to every single person or every single visitor that's going to come to your blog, but if your mission again is, and if your mission of that blog or purpose of it is to create value, then you want to create value for your potential customer by showing them that here's a blog post, here's something that I've written that I trust, and that I trust is right. And essentially, what you're doing is showing them, going the extra mile to show them that you know what you're talking about. And not a lot of people do that. A lot of people just expect this to come to them just because of their credentials and everything else. But think about that for a second. So look at the needs of your customers today. I challenge you, do this. Look at the needs. Write them on a sheet of paper. Write down their needs. Okay, are they trying to make more money? Are they trying to save time? Are they looking for better ways to or develop better processes? Whatever that is, write down their needs. Okay, and figure out a way of what you can write about to help solve those needs, and to help. Again, what that's going to do is it's going to create an attraction. Again, all you have to do is just email them and say, hey, here's a little blog post I wrote about your situation. Why don't you go check it out? This may help. Again, what you're doing is you're creating value for them because you're helping them out. By doing that, you can now follow up and really create a good relationship. And again, with good relationships, you build trust in doing that. But again, it shows that you're paying attention to what their needs are. And if you can start paying attention to your needs of your customers. That's the tip of the day today. Again, these are going to be a little bit shorter. I know this is like 7 some odd minutes, but again, I urge you, write down their needs and figure out a way of what you can write about in a blog that can help build or help trust come into the relationship for both of you. So with that said, tune back to jasonverdelli.com. Of course, if you haven't done it already, download the 101 websites and tools to help you grow your business. Of course, it's a good document. It's free. And again, once you're on that, again, I'm not going to spam you or sell your email or anything like that. So again, just download that. It's a good document that you can start using some tools out there that'll help you do this. So good luck today, and I'll see you tomorrow.